Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. Welcome back to another episode of Drive Time Crypto with me, Crypto Chris, where I aim to bring you the news and events that are happening within crypto and blockchain. Just before we get started, if I could ask you if you could please give this video a like, if you could give me some comments, and even better, if you could please subscribe to the channel. That will really help with me growing this community and reaching a wider audience. With that being said, let's start the video, the journey and the engine. Here we go. First pit stop. I just want to give you a quick announcement really. I'm holding a competition over on my Twitter account, and basically it's to try and get this YouTube channel up to 1,000 subscribers. As soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to send $250 of any crypto of your choice to yourself if you are the lucky winner. All you got to do is go over to my Twitter there and drop your YouTube username on the comments, and then I've got a list of people that I can put into the draw. Right, that's over and done with. I'll put a link in the description below. Let's get going. Okay, so it's been a bit of a quiet news day today. As I was looking through all the different articles, there wasn't too much difference going on because, yeah, we've still got a lot of the euphoria and stuff, even though Bitcoin shed 6% in battle for all-time high support amid falling funding rates. So we did see an all-time high. The market has taken a slight knockback, which you would imagine. If it didn't, I'd be surprised. It's as people are taking profits out at the all-time high, because some people don't think that we're going to get much higher. So yeah, there's a bit of price working out going on at the all-time high. I expect that we're going to go back up, maybe retrace again, go back up, retrace. I think it's going to get quite messy around this all-time high price before we go on to set a further all-time high, is my genuine belief. But yeah, there wasn't too much news about it. Ethereum price hits all-time high, and then it says that the FTX exchange raises 420 million funding and more. So yeah, that was really the price news. A couple of articles, but nothing staggering, nothing newsworthy as such. There was a couple of altcoins that I have no idea what they are, and yeah, they've gone on a massive rally, but they're still nowhere near even a cent. It's not really worth paying much attention to. So with that being said, we'll carry on. But it was quite interesting to see that despite all the new time highs, Bitcoin exchange reserves continue to decline. So normally when you see these all-time high prices and money shooting up and the price shooting up, what you'll see is that you'll see an onflow of Bitcoin, or whichever coin is seeming to head on up at the time. You'll see more of that get placed on the exchange, with people getting readiness to sell as the prices are favourable. But even though we have hit an all-time high, the exchanges aren't seeing that. Well, it's declining still, the amount of Bitcoin that's on there. So there's still a Bitcoin shock availability. So that means that people are still very, very confident that the prices have got a fair bit to go at yet. Hence, I do believe there is quite a lot of genuine thought that we are going to 100,000k. And with that being said, we're only 60% of the way there. Well, 65% of the way there. The beginning of this video, I had a look. We're at $62,000. So yeah, we're in between the 60 and the 65% range of the £100,000 prediction. So with that kind of strong sentiment, that's where we're going. You yet to see the Bitcoin come onto the exchange. When it does come onto the exchange, that's normally a key indication that people are ready to sell off, people are ready to take profits, and that's when you tend to realise that this bull cycle that we're in, is going to be pretty quickly over, because you'll see the coins go on the exchange, then you'll see the sell, then you'll see the price go down. People will still sell the decline as well, and that's when the Bitcoin bull run will be over. And when this happens, that doesn't mean that the cycle is completely over. As we've mentioned before, there is the thought that once the Bitcoin cycle is over, the altcoins will then kick off. Nevertheless, it'll be interesting to see what occurs, and this is a really good sign anyway that the sentiment is still there regardless of the slight pullback. So linking into this with similar price news, was you are a lucky speculative kind of punter that managed to bag an £8,000 Bitcoin. So there was quite a weird phenomenon that happened today where there was a flash crash on the price of Bitcoin. So it says lucky buyers possibly bag 8,000 Bitcoin, $8,000 Bitcoin during early morning flash crash. Highly volatile cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum and other altcoins can behave irrationally at any given moment, especially when turbulence strikes. But what happened this morning on the US branch of Binance was shocking, even for those who have seen the flash crash happen in real time. The result of a massive wick left on BTC USD chart was a violent trip to $8,000 where coins were potentially exchanged for prices that are currently 87% lower than where Bitcoin is trading right now. So, yeah, I saw this go on. Well, I didn't actually see it go on, but I saw the aftermath of it when crypto Twitter kind of had a meltdown over it. Oh, why did Bitcoin just go to 8,000? And yeah, it seems to be a quite popular news story. I don't need to show you the multiple articles. Bitcoin flash crash on Binance US caused by algorithm bug, says exchanges. Of course, you had a lot of people going, oh, I had a buy order in at 10k and I've just managed to get a Bitcoin. Whether they did or not, you never actually see the proof of the transaction being fulfilled, the order being fulfilled. But if you did, fair play, you just got a Bitcoin at a ridiculously low price while we're in a bull run. And I reckon that there might be one, maybe two, three, but there won't be that many. But I reckon there's at least one though that managed to bag a very cheap Bitcoin there. So if you did, fair play to you. I salute you for having the audacity to have a buy order set up so low, just sat there on the off chance. But yeah, it's they've been put it down to a bug, nothing more, and it bounced straight back up. It was a quick kind of flash down, flash straight back up, and yeah, it's back up to the 62,000 mark. But yeah, if you'd taken a lucky punt and just left one of them on the exchanges, then fair play to you. And if you sold your Bitcoin at that price, I feel sorry for you. Anyway, moving on. That's really just covering the little bit of price news. There's not much difference going on from the last video that I put out, so I didn't want to go into too much on it. I just wanted to cover them little things. So let's pull out this pit stop and carry on. So in the next pit stop, I will show you why when you see Jamie Dimon speak about stuff, it confuses me, because he's very much non-believer in Bitcoin. But then the company that he's the CEO of says JP Morgan claims that this is the true catalyst for ongoing Bitcoin price surge. So basically, there's the strategists at JP Morgan believe that the price of Bitcoin surging is because the money that's within gold at the moment and precious metals, it has flown out of there and gone into Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. So they're saying that inflation is why we're seeing the price of Bitcoin go up, and that money is inflowing from the gold. And again, here's another one. Gold funds outflow helped Bitcoin reach its all-new time high, JP Morgan strategists say. So the people that they employ to do their strategic thoughts and the strategic planning and the strategic advice believe that, yeah, this is what's causing the price to go up. But the CEO that employs all these strategic people doesn't believe in the crypto asset. So yeah, it's a bit confusing. But yeah, it says inflation concerns driving funds out of gold and into Bitcoin have helped the flagship cryptocurrency hit its new all-time high near 67,000, not demand related to the first Bitcoin future exchange traded fund listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So that's quite interesting now that they've seen a couple of days of the ETF being traded, that they believe that that isn't the reason. Even though a lot of people do believe that is the reason, JP Morgan believed that it's actually a hedge against inflation using funds out of gold funds. So yeah, that was quite popular news. It was in quite a lot of articles, but again, Bitcoin wrecks gold market as investors pull over 40 billion from the biggest gold exchange traded fund. Wow, that's a lot of money. I don't know whether we saw all that flow in. Quite possibly did, but yeah, the sentiment is that there's a lot of money coming in from precious metals at the moment. So the physical gold is being replaced by the digital gold, basically, and it's quite funny that you've got these, because then you've got avid crypto critic Peter Schiff wants the US SEC abolished for approving Bitcoin futures ETF. Now, so JP Morgan don't believe the ETF has anything to do with the price surge in Bitcoin. Peter Schiff, though, wants the futures ETF, the SEC abolished for approving it, because, and this backs up what JP Morgan have just been said, Peter Schiff calls for the abolition of the SEC due to Bitcoin futures ETF approval. The gold bull describes the ETF as just another way to gamble on Bitcoin. So the key words there is he's a gold bull. He is a avid believer in gold and that we should be invested in that precious metal, and he believes that's the safe and sensible way to invest your money. So if you're a believer in physical gold and you're seeing all this money flow out of it, and then you see that people are saying that it's flowing into Bitcoin, then yeah, it's going to put the cat among the pigeons, and that's what it's done with Peter Schiff. So yeah, I wish everything was easy as to predict that we were going to hear from Mr. Schiff when you see that much money flowing out of gold. But there you go. With that being said, we're going to pull out of this pit stop and carry on our journey. In the next pit stop, we're going to look at mega rich people continue to say that they are going to invest in cryptocurrency. So a 2.2 trillion asset manager considering trading certain cryptocurrencies. Now, we had it a couple of days ago. I can't remember whose name it was, but there was somebody, oh, that's it. There was the data analytic company that was going to get involved within cryptocurrency. So we're constantly getting that news coming through that there's more companies, more institutions, major money flowing into the market as to be expected when we are in what is an apparent bull cycle and a bull run, because we're seeing these prices. My thought process is that these people are already well within the space. They've come out and said on Wednesday, Daniel Iverskin, the CIO of fixed income focused investment management firm PIMCO, which manages 2.2 trillion in assets for the central banks, sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, corporation, foundation and endowments and individual investors around the world, said that his firm is considering potentially trading certain cryptocurrencies. They are already trading certain cryptocurrencies. You don't come out and say that you're thinking about doing this so that people can get excited about the fact that somebody with access to $2.2 trillion of assets is thinking about getting in. They're already in. They're probably going to have to do some sort of report or file some papers, and it's probably going to show that they have cryptocurrencies on their books and they are actively in the space and using them. So with that, they've probably gone, well, we're going to break the news that we're thinking about doing it, so that when they file these reports, then it comes as no great big shock. But yeah, surprise, another big institution with lots of money is getting into this space because they know where it's going. They can see where it's going already. They're of the same mindset that we are, and when there's money involved and money to be made, the institutions will be there. So yeah, that's just another rich company with rich people on the books with lots and lots of money to spend into the space. So no surprise there, but it did seem to be a bit popular, this news, so I thought I'd add it in there. So let's pull away from this pit stop and carry on our journey. In the next pit stop, the FTX exchange has just become richer. So, breaking. FTX becomes a $25 billion crypto exchange after $420 million fundraiser. So the crypto exchange became one of the most valuable private crypto firms after their latest funding round. The popular crypto exchange raised $420.69 million in its latest funding round, with investments from 69 investors. So 420 million from 69 investors. This is so the numbers, it's supposed to be a bit of a gimmicky thing, and subsequently it's worked because I think it would have worked anyway if it was 430 million, we would have heard about it on the articles, but they tried to be quirky, they tried to be, I don't know, different, and they thought, we'll raise 420 million because that refers to 420, the 20th of April, and it's got the marijuana link, and then 69 because we all know what 69 is, and 69 investors. So they tried to be quirky. Anyway, nevertheless, they managed to raise a hell of a lot of money, and with that, they've now got a valuation of a company of 25 billion, which is phenomenal money. Phenomenal money. That just shows you the kind of flow of money that's within this market, that's going back and forth. That the people that just hold the currencies and let you trade between fiat and cryptocurrency, that is worth 25 billion. And now you understand why all these institutions, the banks, everybody wants in, because the exchanges are becoming the new banks, and the old brigade, the banks are like, wow, okay, there's a lot of money there and it's not slowing down. That's why they're starting to pile in and wanting a piece of the pie as well. So yeah, that was quite popular news. It doesn't really need to be said much more about it. Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX raises precisely 420.69 million. So yeah, that was the exchanges getting richer, and they said that they're going to put the money into the exchange to make it better and increase the capabilities of the exchange and the features. So yeah, I've used the exchange a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. I've not used it that greatly. I have got an account. I used it to get a certain type of currency, which was because I was looking into something else, but it's not the exchange that I predominantly use, but it is fairly straightforward to use. I don't have any gripes with it. So yeah, good for them for raising more money. I doff my hat. Anybody that is succeeding, anybody that is making money, who is grinding their path, who is doing well, do not get jealous. Become inspired by it. I wish I had a company that was worth 25 billion. I wish I could do a fundraising of 420 million. And anybody that does, I'm not jealous. I am truly in awe and inspired. So yeah, fair play to you, Sam. You're doing well. I hope you carry on crushing it and doing really well. And with that being said, I'm going to leave that article alone and carry on the journey. And in the last pit stop, which I really like this news. There wasn't that much of it about. I only saw this one article, but I thought it'd be a nice way to end, because I believe that this kind of use case is what blockchain is designed for. And it gets all the best out of blockchain. It's nice to see the prices go up. It's nice to make money. It's nice to see people making money. It's nice to see the adoption into the mainstream. But what I also like is I like to see the use cases, and this is one of them. So it reads, the Associated Press to utilise Chainlink smart contracts. The Associated Press has historically been known as one of the most reliable sources in news data. This week, the AP has announced that they are launching a Chainlink node to make a variety of different datasets available to leading blockchain. The AP has continued to be aggressive in utilising blockchain technology to provide data in the quickest and most reliable way possible. So the reason why I like this news is because Associated Press, like they said, is one of the more reliable news sources. The fact that it's going on the blockchain means that it is becoming easier to be accessed, because if it goes on decentralized blockchains, then once that news is up there, once the press is there, it's very hard to take down. So even if somebody doesn't like it, if a country, a continent, a person, a celebrity, whatever it is, as long as it is real news and it is newsworthy, and I don't just mean one of these red top rags. No, I want credible news stories that are of interest to the world, bringing education or bringing insight or knowledge to certain stuff. That going on a blockchain, regardless of what it may be highlighting, if it's a regime or oppression and they're highlighting it and it's bringing real eyes to what's going on and it can't be deleted, it's immutable, is that not what the beautiful part of blockchain is about? So I think this is really great, because I know that I think that this is where blockchain is going to come into its own, because you've got the dark web, and I know that there's a lot of when you're in oppressed countries, the use of the dark web is used to get news stories or information or awareness out. So I could see this being a easier way to get stuff out of a country that maybe has got restrictions on it. As long as you can get it to the blockchain or get it through something that can get it to the blockchain, then the access to it, because I know a lot of people, I've personally never been on the dark web, I don't use them browsers, I've never been there, I'm not interested in it, but this is a real tangible way of having that information flow out of a country that it could be struggling to get out of, to the normal kind of society that won't ever go near the dark web, and having that ability to have it there and then it not be immutable I think that's a beautiful thing about blockchain. And I thought it'd be a nice way just to end this video. With that being said, I'm going to pull away from this article and end the journey. As always, though, we will take a quick trip round the market cap prices, and as you can see, Bitcoin's taking a 5% knockback. It's down to $62.6 thousand. Ethereum, it's not really taking a knockback, it's still sat around the $4,000 mark. Binance is down 5% to 473. Cardano down 1.5 to $2.16. Solana's having a nice surge recently. It is up still 6.39% to $184. It's one of the only ones, well, it is the only one in the top 10 that is in green. XRP has taken a knockback to 4.5% to $1.10. I was going to cover the story in this video, but I'll probably cover it in tomorrow's video about the decision from the SEC's request to extend the case that they're in with Ripple. But I didn't want to, there was a little bit of articles, but I'll cover that tomorrow hopefully. But yeah, Polkadot's down nearly 5% at $42. And topping off your top 10, you've got Dogecoin down 5% to 24 cents. With that being said, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking around. If you are still watching this, thank you so much for sticking around to the end. It means so much to me. It means that it's worth me doing these videos and staying up till late so that I can get it out in the morning and being tired. Because I've got a little boy that's keeping me awake during the night. So yeah, if you're still watching, thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me. And with that being said, I'm going to wish you a good day. I hope you absolutely smash today. Remember, every day is always a blank page to write a news story. So go out there and do your thing and do well. So thank you very much and goodbye.